I thought my U-shaped maternity pillow was comfortable until I tried this. After switching to the Babybub pillow and then going back to my U-shaped pillow just to compare them, I was genuinely shocked by the difference. And at 34 weeks pregnant, when your bump is this heavy, that support makes a huge difference. I've been using the Babybub maternity pillow, and I'm not gonna lie, when I first got it, I was a little overwhelmed. I had only ever used the traditional U-shaped maternity pillow, the one where you put it on the bed, you get in, and you're done. The Babybub pillow is really customizable, so the first couple of nights, I just kept trying different positions and trying to figure out what felt comfortable for me. And now that I've finally found my setup, I completely understand why it's designed that way. With my U-shaped pillow, I was definitely more comfortable than sleeping without it, but nothing actually went underneath my bump. I would try to tuck the pillow underneath my belly or behind my back, but it would always slide out. And I kept waking up on my back throughout the night several times, which, as we all know, is not good, especially later in pregnancy. We're encouraged to sleep on our sides because lying flat on your back can put pressure on major blood vessels and affect blood flow, which is terrifying when you know you're pregnant with a baby. So having something that helps me comfortably stay on my side has been so important for me. With the Babybub pillow, I have a wedge that goes directly underneath my bump. At 34 weeks pregnant, my belly is heavy, and without support, you can see how the weight of it pulls down when I'm on my side. The wedge supports underneath my bump, so my spine feels so much more neutral instead of everything pulling sideways. Then there's another wedge behind my back, which gives me back support, but also helps prevent me from rolling onto my back while I'm sleeping. It also comes with this longer pillow that I can put between my legs. That helps keep my hips and pelvis aligned instead of letting my top leg fall forward and twist everything while I'm sleeping. There's also this much smaller pillow that you can use for extra bump or back support. Honestly, at 34 weeks pregnant, my bump is massive, so I don't really need the smaller pillow to adjust myself between the wedge. I basically fit in there perfectly. But I would have loved having this earlier in my pregnancy when my bump wasn't this big, and I'm sure that small pillow would have been so helpful. And one of my favorite things is how much less space this pillow takes up. My U-shaped pillow genuinely felt like it took up 2/3 of our bed. When my hubby was sleeping next to me, I literally would have a part of the pillow that was hanging off the edge of the bed because I felt so bad for taking up what felt like the entire bed. And I actually went back to my U-shaped pillow after using the Babybub pillow because I wanted to make sure that I wasn't just excited about something new. And I was genuinely shocked by how uncomfortable it felt. Once I got used to having support underneath my bump and behind my back, I immediately noticed when that support wasn't there. So even though the Babybub pillow took me a couple of nights to figure out exactly how I liked everything positioned, now that I have, it's completely blown me away. I genuinely wish I knew about it sooner. And if you're thinking, okay, but what if it doesn't work for me? Babybub has a 90-day risk-free trial, so you actually have time to see what works for your body. I'll leave a link in the description, and if you use that link, you'll automatically get 10% off, no code needed. I honestly can't believe it took me this long to figure this out, but at 34 weeks pregnant, during my second pregnancy, I am never going back to my giant U-shaped pillow ever again. I hope you guys enjoyed this little comparison, and I hope it saves you tons of sleepless nights. I hope you guys have a lovely and beautiful day. God bless. Bye.
Show me love.